Yo, what is good? We're back finally with a trade recap because last week barely took any trades. Yesterday I took one trade and it wasn't even worth going over. I took a little scalp on the 1 minute, but it wasn't even worth going over because it was super boring. It would have been like a 2 minute video. But this trade was smooth. It was 1.5K. I was going to take or wait until we got down here, but ES was taking out the overall draw and liquidity for the day. But if we go to the hourly chart, let's clear some of this up. Hourly chart, we can see that order flow may be starting to turn bearish. Maybe just for a little bit till we clear some of the sell side. But it does look like we are starting to respect up close candles, which is good because we have just been straight up. I mean, any short that you try just gets annihilated, or at least mine have. But today came in. I woke up at 7:30. Looked at the charts at 8. Saw that we were already down, what, I think it was 130 points, something like that. And I went on my normal walk and then came back and got a shower. Then I saw 8:30 news had dropped. It was like 8:40. Huge candle. I mean, that was absolutely massive. 212 candles or points on CPI release on NQ. That's pretty big. And if we line up standard deviations from this leg, here, we can see that we tap -4. Where do we go from there? Equilibrium. You can see that we came up to equilibrium, into a premium, also into a hourly imbalance. I don't know if we had a 4-hour. No 4-hour imbalance. But then we formed this, let me remove these executions. Then we formed this hourly right here. So then I was conflicted. I was like, okay, order flow could still be bullish and we respect this to go back and run the entire CPI candle. But what are the chances of that? So I waited for this to get closed below, right here at 1, when the 1 p.m. candle opens. We did. Now, throughout here, I did not want anything to do with this. Right? Didn't want anything to do with this fair value gap, anything to do with these up close, nothing. I didn't want anything to do with this until here, in this piece of price action, right? 1 p.m. opens up right here. These two candles you can see closed below that, and we displaced through it on the lower time frame. Right? That's how you're going to find out if you're going to respect a higher time frame imbalance, if you didn't know. Anyways, right here, whenever we form this unicorn, why is this a unicorn? We have a high. But you could be sitting here thinking, well, this is a bullish breaker. Why don't we respect it to go higher? Order flow. That's why. Answer your own question. But whenever we take this high out and displace down through this, I set my limits on this bearish breaker. Whenever we have imbalances like one up here and here, I'll always set my limit on the breaker. Now, if it's a singular fair value gap going through the breaker, I'll put it on the fair value gap. But if we have two fair value gaps and they're bigger, like, look, if I short this, I'm risking 42 points, even though this is still barely a 1 to 2. So I set mine at the breaker. Holy, can I get there? So I set mine at that breaker and risked off the bodies of all those candles. And I got out early because ES has taken out that overall draw on liquidity, which was that low, and it's a 4-hour low right here. Oh wow, that's a huge wick. So after ES took this out, I took the position off right away because I'm not risking a reversal whenever it's PM session, and I rarely trade PM. The only reason I did is because I haven't taken a trade today, or barely any last week, so I need to make some of that cash back, right? Need to make that money back. So I shorted that, and you can see this up close candle right here. How to identify order flow, my friends. Oops. Right here, you see that we respect this down or up close candle. Also, we had a fair value gap right there, so can I fucking connect this? There. Up close candle, fair value gap respected to go lower. What are higher time frame order blocks? Lower time frame breakers. This right here, if I put it on this candle right here, we can see it's the breaker. So if you didn't know that higher time frame order blocks were lower time frame breakers, here you go. Here's a history lesson. Anyways, yeah, I took one contract. I didn't want to over risk. I didn't want to take two, just because I literally haven't taken a serious good trade that I actually really liked and was like, yep, taking this. No, I planned this trade whenever this candle was forming. Saw this low being taken out, and then I saw this candle start coming up. I said in my head, we're going to take this high. If we displace lower through this, I'm taking that unicorn. Or this is how I planned two different trades. If we displaced higher and had a fair value gap in the bullish direction, I would have longed it up through this low resistance liquidity run. Failure swing, failure swing, failure swing. I would have longed it, but we didn't displace through that high. So what's that saying? We're respecting the 15-minute order block, 15-minute fair value gap. That means we're going lower. So I was in this for 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 minutes before this actually even moved. You know what I was doing that entire time? Playing with my nunchucks. I was right here in my room playing with my nunchucks, waiting for this thing to get some action. Then whenever we started selling off, I started watching. And that's the trade. Noticing order flow is starting to turn bearish. We still didn't reach that overall draw on liquidity on the ES or NQ, which is this low down here at 60.75. And we have this intraday sell side level right there. Do we take it? I don't know. My overall target was this low, but if ES was going to take this low out before NQ took that low, I was going to cut the position, and I did. So that's the trade for me. I'm going to go over Tim's 3 trades that he took. So if you're not in the free Discord, go join it. It is linked down below. Also, I called this trade out. So I'm starting to call trades out in the Discord. Now, if you want your trades reviewed, I'm doing this for completely free. Just uploading it to YouTube. If you want them reviewed, go into the description, join the free Discord. It's fucking free. Stop being a loser, and let's get absolutely fucking active. Wow, that was really bad stuttering. So let's get into these trades. So he took this trade yesterday. We'll go over to yesterday on the NQ. Sorry, I really don't feel like cutting this, so I will like mediate a conversation while we wait. So this is yesterday, right here. If I go into it, it's always swept by side. 946, 946. So 1 minute chart. Get off the 1 minute if you trade the 1 minute, my friends. So 1 minute chart. I already kind of explained why he lost this trade, but we're gonna go over it for the YouTube. Anyways, so he took this. He saw this as a breaker, which he is correct, but it is also a 5 minute breaker, right? We have these up close candles right here before this move lower. Then we have an expansion higher. So it is a higher time frame breaker as well. If we go back to the 1 minute, technically he would have never gotten stopped out if he took his position on the 5 minute breaker and put his stop down here at this low. So that's telling you right now, get on the 5 minute chart, my friends. Anyways, he got stopped out of this position at first and then re-entered back in right here because he saw this as an order block. This is not an order block. Why is this not an order block? Well, it's not an order block because we have no change in the state of delivery. The change in the state of delivery will be up here. Also, shouldn't have even taken this on the 1 minute chart because this would have been your target on the 1 minute chart. Also, actually no, technically this would have been your target on the 1 minute chart. This becomes your target on the 5 minute chart. When we get the market structure shift at this high, on the higher time frames, these highs become your target. So it's all fractal. You need to understand your targets on the lower time frames if you're taking trades on those. So right here, shouldn't have even taken the trade. Should have waited for confirmation. So right here, we have no change in the state of delivery. This order block is not real. Right here, we have a change in the state of delivery. Why? Because we take a low. This is the last down close candles before the change in the state of delivery. And look, it offers buy side. So right here, whenever we take another low, right? We take this sell side. Look, original position still wouldn't have gotten stopped out if you took it on the 5 minute. Anyways, right here, a new change in the state of delivery, and then we make that expansion higher. So you used the wrong change in the state of delivery. It would have been the entire way up here. Otherwise, you shouldn't have taken this trade because we already swept 1 minute buy side liquidity. Let's go over the next one. Moved my stop too early and got stopped out for break even. Should let the probabilities play out. This was taken today at 9:43. It looks like 9:43. Let's get active on the 1 minute chart. Get off the 1 minute chart if you're trading it. So 9:43. Shouldn't have even been trading because we just had this huge expansion to the downside. 9:43. Right here. Is that where it is? 9:43. Fair value gap. Yeah, right here. So I'm guessing he took this because actually this isn't a bad trade. I almost turtle soup this low, but I didn't because we were actually extremely volatile, and this candle right here was huge. It was 41 points in a 1 minute candle. Hell no, bruh, that's not for me. Anyways, we sweep this low. This is your change in the state of delivery right here. We hold this order block to go take out buy side right here. So right here, wait, this position never would have gotten stopped out. That would have been your stop. And we offered these equal highs. And we still wouldn't have gotten taken out. We actually form equal lows. And then we make the expansion higher. So actually you should have just stopped being an idiot and held your position to go higher. Sorry, Tim. We actually respect this the entire time too. That's pretty cool. Screw the 1 minute, man. 11. This isn't a bad trade. We have a market structure shift. We have a change. This would have been your higher time frame change in the state of delivery. You don't believe me? Here, we'll go look. I can tell, my friends. I can tell. Right here. Boom. There's your change in the state of delivery. Haha. My friends, I can see the 5 and 15 minute charts just off looking at the 1 minute. Don't doubt me. So, this trade was taken at like 10:50. Right here. This down close candle. Down close candle. Took it right there at that up close candle right there. This trade's not bad. Wait, how do you get stopped out? This should have been your target. This low right here. This is your change in the state of delivery. Because I know he likes trading order blocks. That's the only reason I know why why these trades are being taken. Because of order blocks. But this would have been your target. Why is that your target? Go to the 15-minute chart. It's that low right there. That's a 15-minute imbalance. Oh, don't believe me? I can't see the higher time frames based off the lower? Haha. Anyways, that should have been your target because we're coming into a 15-minute point of interest. And yeah, if you weren't going to take anything off, did you even have more than one contract? Oh, you did it again. What the fuck is that? You should have taken a contract off there if you only had one. I mean, what's the risk on this? Risk if you're up here, but you can put it like up here, I guess. 17 points. What is that? A little like 350, 360, 720. Bro, that's big risk actually on a 50K account because I know this is awful risk to reward. I wouldn't even have taken it. But trade's different than me. That's the beauty of trading. Anyways, you should have taken it off at that low because it's a 15-minute imbalance. The 15-minute, whenever we get, okay, let me tell you something. Whenever we get a huge expansion like this in the morning and we have a 15-minute imbalance, it's not going to run straight through that unless the draw is absolutely lower. But we also had SMT right here. This is where your take profit should have been at that low because it's a 15-minute point of interest. It's going to give a bounce. And unfortunately for you, it gave a bounce right to your break-even price. Anyways, guess what? Whenever we take this high, here comes your change in the state of delivery. Could have had a re-entry. Look at, oh my, that is a beauty. Let's measure out mean threshold. No, oh my god. Oh my god, I sent this into the Discord last night. Holy, that's OP. So right there is your change in the state of delivery whenever we take that high out. Why is that the change? Because this down close candles violates all of these up close candles, becoming your change in the state of delivery. This is your new series of up close candles. There you go. There's another history lesson. If you guys enjoyed the video, drop a like. If you're not in the free Discord, go join it and I will review your trades as well. I'm out of here. Peace.